In the city of Cyprus, around 300 BC, lived a wealthy trader named Zeno. One day, on a voyage from Phoenicia to Piraeus, his ship sank. All of his cargo was lost to the sea. In a moment, he went from rich to poor, without warning, without control. Now, imagine you were Zeno. Imagine watching your life's work sink beneath the waves. How would you react? Would you rage at the injustice? Would you despair? Feel cheated by life? Most of us would. Those reactions are natural. But Zeno did something different. Instead of giving in to grief or anger, he turned inward. And in doing so, he realized something profound. While we can't control what happens to us, we can control how we respond. And that response is everything. Seneca, a powerful statesman, urged moderation and moral integrity. And Marcus Aurelius, an emperor, ruled one of the greatest empires on earth, while privately writing about humility, service, and endurance. He sought meaning in the event, not misery. That one misfortune led him to create one of the most powerful philosophies of all time, Stoicism. And what Stoicism offers is a way to stay dry in the downpour, not by avoiding it, but by expecting it. But when you anticipate adversity, it loses its power over you. One Stoic practice is called voluntary discomfort, doing things like sleeping on the floor, taking cold showers, eating only simple foods. Why? Not to suffer, but to train the mind to be resilient. To remind yourself, even without comforts, I will endure. I will be okay. They might spiral, thinking they're not good enough. But the Stoic reframes the situation. Maybe the company couldn't afford it. Maybe someone else was more qualified right now. The goal isn't dead, it's just delayed, he said. Why is it appropriate for men to learn how to live well, but not women? We judge our lives not by results, but by the integrity of our effort. And if you don't, you're failing. But Stoicism breaks that illusion. They can control the script, the filming, the editing, but not the algorithm. Many base success on views or likes, but that's external. The Stoic asks, did I do my best? Did I create with intention? It's creating that space between stimulus and response and choosing well. In that space, as Viktor Frankl said, between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space is our power to choose. If so, the work is already a success. We begin to let go of what weighs us down and hold fast to what lifts us up. But when things don't go as planned, we feel defeated because we lived well. We lived with virtue, and we never gave control of our minds to the chaos of the world. It doesn't stop the storm, it helps you stand firm through it. Why? Because we tied our self-worth to something outside of ourselves. The Stoics believe we were born to help one another, that no one should do harm, that humanity itself is a community, doing more with less, saying more with fewer words, living with enough, not excess. Rational, emotive behavioral therapy teaches us to challenge irrational thoughts. Logotherapy, based on finding meaning, even in suffering, stems directly from Stoic roots. It teaches us that happiness doesn't come from what we own, but from how we think. As Seneca once said, learning to live with less creates space for the things that truly matter. But Mandela, who had read the Stoics in his cell, chose forgiveness and rebuilding. He knew that what was done could not be undone, but how we respond defines who we are. When you declutter your mind from societal expectations, you make room for peace. At a time when that was a radical idea, Stoicism welcomed all. It's not about being emotionless. It's about being emotionally disciplined. It's about clarity over chaos, reason over reaction. But true Stoicism isn't the absence of emotion. It's a way to understand and navigate the world, a mindset that turns pain into power, loss into lesson. At its core, Stoicism is about control, specifically knowing what you can control and letting go of what you can't. It's about transforming your mindset so deeply that you become unshaken by external chaos. One small shift in thinking can change the course of your life. Slaves, rulers, men, women, anyone could learn and live by Stoic principles. For Zeno, the loss of his fortune was not the end, it was the beginning. He began reading the works of Socrates and other philosophers. Stoicism teaches us to accept what we cannot change and to remain calm and grounded, regardless of the circumstances. Today, when people hear the word Stoic, they think of someone cold or indifferent. The beauty of Stoicism is that it wasn't reserved for the elite. The Stoics taught philosophy in public squares. They believed wisdom belonged to everyone. Famous Stoics came from all walks of life. Epictetus, once a slave, taught that our freedom lies in how we think. Even Musonius Rufus, a teacher of Epictetus, argued fiercely that women deserved equal access to philosophy. So why, even now, do people continue to embrace Stoicism? Because life is unpredictable. It throws plans fall apart. People disappoint us. The rain doesn't just commit pores. See, it's not just that bad things happen. It's that bad things happen unexpectedly that really throws us. In our modern world, we are bombarded by messages that say, buy this, look like that, earn more, be more. Most of us chase goals with hidden expectations. We think the promotion, the relationship, the recognition will make us feel whole. Instead, Stoicism teaches that our value comes from within, from effort, intention, and perspective. Imagine someone who works hard for a promotion but doesn't get it. This mindset shift doesn't mean we stop striving. It means we don't suffer unnecessarily when outcomes escape our control. Take YouTube creators, for example. This is what it means to trust the process. When you live by Stoic values, you free yourself from the emotional roller coaster of public opinion and external reward. There are 4 central virtues in Stoicism: wisdom, courage, temperance, and justice. Wisdom is knowing what's up to you and what isn't. Courage is the ability to persist through adversity and to resist temptation. 2 words: persist, resist. Temperance is moderation. And justice, the most important virtue, is about doing what's right for the good of others, not just ourselves. Think of Nelson Mandela. After 27 years in prison under apartheid, many expected vengeance. Even in therapy today, Stoic ideas shape modern healing methods. None of this is easy. It takes practice. It takes intention, but with time. Because at the end of the day, life is a storm, but Stoicism is the anchor. And if the ship sinks, if everything falls apart, if the end comes sooner than we expected, we can still smile. That is the way of the Stoic. That is how we become undefeatable.